cracking YouTube? It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and today I want to make a big shout out to Elliot Hulse. Today's his 34th birthday. Happy birthday, Elliot Hulse of Strength Camp. Now, I'm going to put the link to his fan page in the description box below to include both of his YouTube channels in it. So please take the time to say happy birthday to this man. This man is very inspirational, very encouraging, very motivational, right? Now, with that being said, happy birthday again. And I want to make this video for you, Elliot Hulse. I don't know how many people that made this video for you. I know there's quite a few, you know, because you sent us a unique newsletter about your whole birthday, and I'm doing it out of pure support, right? I'm a great supporter of your work and your philosophies, and it continues to open my mind and reverting me back to my roots, right? Practically, you're just de-brainwashing me from today's system, right? If you guys watch Elliot Hulse, you'll start seeing more of his philosophies, and you'll start noticing that we all relate to this because he has this weird aura of goodness within him, right? Maybe he knows it, maybe he doesn't, right? Even he doesn't know. But with that being said, I like to say that he's a good person. He's a very inspirational man, and he likes to give people strength, right? He wants people to be the strongest version of himself, to include myself. I want to be the strongest version of myself, the best version of myself. Well, you know, I want to share this inspirational story, right? I'm going to read off the title. Elliot Hulse inspired me to be inspired. I don't know if that fucking makes sense. Alright? There was a time, right, about 1 year ago, if you guys track back, about 1 year ago, around this time, that I made a promise that I would train for Special Forces, right? And that 1 year comes up again, I would find the next Special Forces tryout and try out for it and test my skills, right? There was this 5 mile you have to run within 1 hour. You have to take an APFT at the age of 21. Let's see what else. You had to do an obstacle course and a 15-mile ruck march within 3 hours, right? And you had to swim about 200 meters with your boots on. So there's a lot of things that I had to train for, and I've been training hard all year for it, right? And within that year, I met Elliot Hulse about 6 to 8 months ago, right? So it was about a good 4 to 6 months into my Special Forces training that led until I met Elliot Hulse on YouTube, right? I still don't know the man himself. I mean, he answers some of my questions here and there if the question's good enough, which I still, I respect him. If he doesn't answer back, it's fine. He's a busy man, so I don't hold him to it, right? Now, in the pursuit of strength, and he was in the pursuit of strength too. I mean, shit, man. I swear, when I watch this man, it feels like I'm watching the older version of me, right? It feels like I'm looking into my future when I'm watching this man. I want to do exactly what he's doing in his training and training others, right? I'm inspired to be inspired. Well, you know, I was in pursuit of strength. You know, I wanted to be the most badass person, right? And because I was training so much, right? Because I was becoming such of a badass that I got promoted, right? I went from sergeant to staff sergeant within a year. No bullshit, right? And everybody was kind of confused. Like, God damn, he's ain't even been a freaking sergeant for 1 year, and he's getting promoted to a staff sergeant. It's crazy shit, right? Well, you know, it's because I was trained for Special Forces. And of course, when you're starting to train, you're starting to improve yourself. But there was something that was missing. It wasn't about physical attributes or physical status, right? It wasn't about running 5 fucking miles within 1 hour. It wasn't about fucking ruck marching 15 miles in 3 hours. It wasn't about, you know, achieving 300 on your APFT. It wasn't about that. What it was about was finding inner strength, right? It was developing the inner strength, right? I was was so worried about the outside strength that I forgot about the inner strength, the mind, the body, and soul, right? I was worried too much about the body and its performance that I forgot what I was doing, right? Why I was doing it for, right? Because prior for me to promising myself to train for Special Forces, I was training with Special Forces already, believe it or not. And at the end of the initial training, they had told me that I needed to train more, but they didn't specifically tell me what the fuck it was. So it was driving me crazy to know that I had more training to do, right? And because I was infatuated with this idea that I was willing to give everything up, my family, my welfare, my health, everything, to pursue this fucking dream of being Special Forces, because they said I needed more training. And it was until like I was watching a TMW video, you know, Twin Muscle Workout, Hosh Twins, aka Lord Keith and Lord Kevin, right? Well, they led me to Elliot Hulse, and Elliot Hulse spewed his freaking wisdom and knowledge all over the place, and I picked it up, man. I was eating it up. I was absorbing it. Right? It wasn't until like maybe 3 or 4 months ago where I finally got done being de-brainwashed. My bad. It was until then I realized that the training I was looking for was taking care of my ego, right? I let my ego go, right? When I let my ego out the door and just left it there, that's when I was able to achieve more training. The inner training, right? My mind was starting to open again. I would stop being cocky. I would stop being an asshole to people. I started treating my family better. I was letting go of the shit that was at work and stop being a little badass, right? And before I knew it, I was in Zen mode, right? I was in Buddha mode, right? At the time I feel like, you know, I was so inspired to be inspired that at this moment in time, I said, you know what? I'm going to revert back to the roots of where I came from and just do what I need to do to be happy, which was train and specifically make myself strong from the inside out versus outside in. So that way I can lead by example and show other people how to live this lifestyle. And hopefully it makes them happy and stronger, right? And so with that being said, and it was all thanks to Elliot Hulse for reverting me back and saving me, essentially, from the path of strength, right? Right? Because when you get that selfish, you start forgetting a lot of things. You start forgetting the most important things in your life, which is family first, friends, and happiness. It's not about the money. It's not about the career. It's not about this fucking bullshit systematical program they have you in this world where you have to fucking go through K through 12 and then fucking go get a college degree so you can work at a corporate fucking job, slaving your ass, and you forget about your dream and you forget about your people and you become a bitter person inside out, right? Well, I don't have to worry about that no more, and that's because of you, Elliot Hulse. I would like to thank you for that. And no bullshit, I think it took me about 20 times to make this video, right? Because I couldn't find the right words to say, and I feel like this, as of right now, as I'm saying it, is the right words to say to you. Thank you, Elliot Hulse, for inspiring me to be inspired and to revert me back to the person who I used to be, and not so much as in a pursuit of strength, but as in a pursuit to making the strongest version of myself and being the best version of myself so other people can follow that example. Again, thank you. So it's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and hopefully I get to see you and talk to you soon. Alright? Happy birthday. Breathe.